A green screen, the technical name for it is called chroma key, and it's where you layer images over other layered images in post-production. I think it started in the 1930s was the beginning, and it was to do with like transitions, like wiper blades wiping things across. And then I think it was in the 1950s, Warner Brothers employed someone from Kodak, who all to do with photography, and they developed this. So by the late 1950s, the chroma key was actually born really, and it was quite an effective tool then.
Green screen, there's more possibilities to adjust things in post-production. They can generate more complex scenes without expensive props and having to go onto location.
I prefer green screen myself, because with handmade sets you've got to use the set that you've got, but if you've got a green screen you can put any set you like, any situation you want to. There's
lots of films and they use a lot of it in sci-fi stuff. For example, like George Lucas and Star Wars, they use a lot of green screen.
Good example of green screen would be Avatar. Even though it's computer generated, you are led to believe it's real, and you don't actually realise that you are watching a green screen production.
I'd probably say I prefer green screen because it creates a more phantaspherical atmosphere and actually makes me imagine more during the film.
There's an obvious bad example of green screen, and that was Jaws 3D, particularly the underwater scenes.
It's a combination really of the people that you work with, the technology.
Sets are more realistic, and I think the actors can interact with them better.
Sometimes you've got to have a real set, I think, for them to actually experience spatially where they are and what they do.
A good example of a film set is Alien. It looks realistic, it looks futuristic, and it gives you an idea in your mind what a spaceship actually looks like. Bad examples of sets would be the early Hollywood westerns. You could often see when the characters walked into the saloon, the set would wobble.
I prefer hand-built sets because I think it's like a more homemade touch, and I think green screen is really fake.
Sort of remember, as I was growing up, I don't know, in the 80s and the 90s, you could tell what was green screen. And today, with like cameras and sophisticated lighting and stuff, it's very hard to tell what's real and what's not real. So I like working with both. They both got their challenges, and green screen sometimes can look better than reality.